Once upon a time, there was this super smart girl named Lynn, and her brain was like a superhero cape. Her dad, kind of like her biggest fan, thought Lynn should go to a super fancy school. So they visit this school, and the principal there is like, "Wow, Lynn, you're amazing." But then they drop the bomb that the school fees are crazy expensive. Like, can you imagine paying that much? But Lynn, being the genius she is, starts talking about math and stuff, and the principal is so impressed that they let her join without paying any fees. So, Lynn is now in this super cool school. Fast forward a bit, she makes friends with this girl who's new to the school. This friend, let's call her Allie, is not as genius as Lynn, but Lynn is like her math superhero. Exams roll around, and guess what? Lynn aces them, full marks and all. Allie does pretty well too, thanks to Lynn's superhero math powers helping her out. Both of them are over the moon with excitement. Lynn decides to take Allie to a party thrown by one of Lynn's buddies. But wait, there's a plot twist. While chatting at the party, Lynn finds out she got a scholarship. Basically, she got into the school without paying fees. But there were some funds her dad had secretly paid. Lynn checks the fee slip when she gets home and realizes her dad shelled out 200,000 baht for the school. Now Lynn is in tears and asks her dad, "Why did you put me in the most expensive school, Dad?" Lynn's dad told her that nothing mattered more to him than her bright future. He said, "Just focus on your studies." Now, Lynn's mom's birthday was around the corner, and she missed her a lot because she didn't have her mom's love. So, she had this idea. Lynn noticed that her classmates were not as good at studies as she was. They always struggled in exams. So she thought, why not help them out? Lynn gathered her friends and said, "Watch me play the piano. If I move my fingers like this, it means A. If I move it differently, it's B, C, or D." All the students learned the finger code, and when exam time came, Lynn helped them by pointing her fingers. Guess what? The whole class started getting good grades, and when the results were out, Lynn was the topper. Another student named Bank got the second position. They represented their school in a teen genius competition, and won. The principal was so proud and said, "Lynn and Bank, you've made our school shine. I can offer a chance for one of you to study in Singapore on a scholarship, but only one can go." Here's the twist. Bank's family background was not great, and he really needed this opportunity. So, he worked hard to help his family. Then, a boy approached Bank, asking for his book and help with assignments. But Bank, determined to succeed, said, "Sorry, I need to focus on my studies." There was a boy who made a big mistake. He told another boy, "You don't help anyone. Lynn helps us a lot, even in exams." It was a slip of the tongue, and Lynn's friend Bank didn't like it at all. He noticed something fishy during the exam. Lynn was secretly helping others cheat. When the exam started, everyone got different question papers. Some had set 1, and others had set 2. Lynn had set 1 and signaled to her friends, "I've got set 1. Those with set 1 could cheat with Lynn's help, but the rest were destined to fail. Bank saw it happening and immediately went to report to the supervisor. The supervisor said, "I'll look into it. Take a seat for now." After the exam, everyone came outside, and the principal called Lynn into her office. As Lynn went in, she saw Bank already there. He had complained to the principal. The principal accused Lynn of helping others cheat. Lynn's father was called in too, and there was a complaint that Lynn was assisting in cheating. Lynn felt attacked and couldn't take it, so she said to the principal, "What are you talking about? Tell me directly. Why are you involving my father?" The principal got angry because Lynn shouldn't have talked back. Lynn's chance to go to Singapore was now at risk. The principal gave her a choice: either study in the school without any value, or don't go to Singapore. Lynn reluctantly agreed, saying, "Fine, don't do it." She left the principal's office and faced scolding from her father at home. Later, Lynn got a call from her friend, who asked her to come to a hotel. The friend said, "I need your help. My friend's father is also here." The father of that boy had a chat with Lynn. He said, "I want my son to pass an exam, so you'll have to help him cheat." The boy and Lynn's friend were about to take a crucial exam, and passing it had many benefits. They called Lynn because they couldn't pass on their own, and they offered her 600,000 Thai baht in return for her help. But Lynn, remembering a past humiliation, wasn't too keen on it. She left, apologizing to them. As Lynn left the hotel, she noticed the different times on the adjusted watches there, each representing a different country. An idea struck her. The international test her friend and the boy were taking would be conducted simultaneously worldwide. Since each country had a different time, The country where the exam started first could share the question paper and answers. Lynn shared this revelation with her friend and the boy, and they decided to involve Bank in their plan. Lynn declared, "I'll go to Australia for this. Take the exam, and send you the answers by memorizing the questions. You can then be prepared for your exam." Excited, they thought the plan was perfect. Meanwhile, Bank was shown getting beaten up by some boys and thrown into a corner. On the other side, the group planned how they would cheat in the international test. They contacted other students who were supposed to take the test and formed a group. They told them, "If you need help in the exam, bring money." All the students agreed, realizing the importance of passing the test. The richest boy in the group, whose father was aristocratic, started sharing some wisdom. He said, "Listen up. You can only take 4 things into the examination hall: pencil, eraser, passport, and the question paper. Now the question is, how will you cheat with the answers?" Bank and Lynn flew to Australia for a tricky plan. They aimed to memorize the test questions there, but faced a challenge in sending messages to all students. So, they hatched a clever idea involving pencil barcodes. They would print the answer key with lines corresponding to barcodes. Thickest for A, thicker for B, and so on. The line's order would match the answers, and each line's width would indicate the answer. They stuck the barcode answer prints on pencils and sent photos to all students. During the test's first break, Lynn planned to send answers to everyone while pretending to use the restroom. Bank and Lynn executed this plan during the first 2 breaks. However, Bank spent more time in the lavatory during the 3rd break, raising the supervisor's suspicion. The supervisor quickly opened the door, catching Bank red-handed. Bank's cell phone fell and broke as he was caught. Meanwhile, Lynn, unable to go to the restroom due to other students, returned to the examination hall confused to find Bank missing. The 3rd section of the test began, and Lynn faced a dilemma about sending the last section's answers. Thinking on her feet, she memorized the answers while writing on the side of the paper. To create an excuse to leave, she pretended to vomit and put the pencil in her mouth. This allowed her to go to the restroom. She claimed illness and expressed her reluctance to return to the exam. However, the strict Australian supervisor insisted she complete the test and forcibly took her back to her seat. Lynn slyly places her mobile phone in someone else's bag as she leaves. Luckily, she had already sent the messages with the test questions. When she returns, she notices Bank is still there. The school faculty, suspecting both Lynn and Bank, calls Lynn in for questioning. However, before that happens, Bank steps up and clears Lynn of any involvement. Lynn goes back to Thailand, her home country, where her friend greets her. However, Lynn is deeply worried about Bank. When she visits Bank's house days later, she sees a sports bike and expensive items. Confused, she asks Bank about them. Bank reassures her, saying he's back and purchased those things with the money he earned. He shows her news about another international exam coming up, suggesting they could make more money. Lynn, feeling remorseful, refuses, saying they've already done many wrong things. Bank threatens to reveal her involvement, but Lynn leaves, standing her ground. In the end, Lynn is seen sitting before an officer, confessing that she helped cheat in the international test and detailing when and how it happened. It's clear she has realized her mistake and feels guilty. The movie concludes with this scene, highlighting Lynn's journey towards acknowledging her wrongdoing.